very quickly. I would like everybody to hear this message and receive some benefit from it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. America, what's your motto? Things have changed a lot since the days of the founding fathers and the original principles of this country, which by now everybody knows is for white people, supposedly built by white people, and it's to benefit the white people who came here. That in itself is obvious because on the day when America received its independence from the so-called oppression of the rulers of the British Empire, their day of freedom or independence, July 4th, 1776, the birth of a nation, didn't mean independence or freedom for everyone who existed or was born on this soil. And to this day, we see these principles still being carried out by the policies of the American government. How do you know the policies of the government? Well, you have to see the government on a level at which they touch the people. The level which the American government touches the people is exemplified by the behavior of the police department, the health department, and even, things like housing, finance. You can really see a literal difference in the way some citizens are treated in this country. Okay, as it is, America, we have to ask ourselves because the Constitution no longer seems so important. And there are administrative entities who will take liberties with the Constitution, and there's no repercussion from the other executive branches and legislative branches and judicial branches of the government. There's no repercussion. There's no repercussion from the people anymore. So we're pretty much in an oligarchy, the rulership of a few, of the many by the few, and the demographics of this country are changing very rapidly. And I know many parents of different nationalities because I'm from Queens, which is the most ethnically diverse place on the face of the planet Earth. You can look it up. It should hold up. We're the most, Queens, one borough of New York City. And when I look at the faces of parents, immigrants from different countries, mostly brown and yellow countries, I see one thing in their face: fear, uncertainty. They don't know what's next. And that's the worst way for a parent to be. Because if a parent is in fear, then a child is going to be fearful. There was a time when I thought that this administration was going to bring back Jim Crow and all kind of, just racial harassment on behalf of the government. But when we look at this administration right now, they can't even get themselves together, so they're not really a threat. But America, because of the changing demographics and the ideals, what do we as a people believe? I'm talking about all races, all nationality. What's gonna work for us going forward? The world is changing fast. North Korea is bombing towards Japan. They're showing us, we're getting ready to set this off. We're suicidal. Listen, people in North Korea don't even eat food. The government literally teaches them how to eat grass. Now, maybe I could be spreading propaganda, but I know a Chinese person and I asked them about it, about the refugees who escaped from North Korea. And I said, I saw it on NPR, National Public Radio, that pretty much these people, the government teaches them how to eat grass, like what forms of grass are good to eat. And the Chinese people said that when the North Koreans arrive over there, you know them because they eat everything in sight. So apparently, North Korea is suffocating, and this their leader is reckless. So it could be a nuclear war at any time. I'm not even afraid because a nuclear war is a short war. It won't be a long war, and there won't be no ice age. Right now, we're at a turning point of civilization, so there's going to be special circumstances and special interventions, but that's another video. America, we have to define our motto right now, going forward. What's the paradigm that's going to work for us as a country? The old ways are not beneficial. They only favored a few while the others had to suffer. I'm tired of seeing fear and suffering and pain in the faces of parents of what is allegedly the greatest country in the world. Now, the standard of living in most of America is better than many places in the world. I agree. And the so-called stability of government is very helpful, because it's not good to live in a place where there's a revolution every few years. But man, oh man, America, you have to define yourself right now, because the consciousness is shifting. And like the old paradigm is just not going to work. If you agree with this video, let me know. And if you disagree with this video, let me know. Once again, it goes beyond racial lines. What are we going to define ourselves? China is coming up quick. Russia's coming up quick. What's going to happen in this world 10, 20 years from now? America, we have to clean and purify our hearts for real and really become great for real, for real. If this is the new Egypt, then let's have some spiritual principles mixed in with our society. Let's live by the ideals. The ideals of the forefathers are not really that crazy. Besides the racial stuff, which they didn't obviously state, well, there are places like, for example, 3/5 of a man, you know about that part in the Constitution. But how are we going to define ourselves going forward? What we're doing now is not going to last. Wake up. Hare Krishna.